Right. So coming to today's class, DC and AC characteristics of operational amplifier. So we are having a lot of DC characteristics. Uh, so in those, the main characteristics, DC characteristics of operational amplifier are input offset voltage, input offset current, input bias current, output offset voltage, thermal drift. The what are the major DC characteristics of operational amplifier? Input offset voltage, input offset current, input bias current, output offset voltage, and the thermal drift. So the definitions of these five characteristics already discussed in the previous classes, last two classes, right? So here you have in the exam, here in today's class, I am not going to touch again these parameters, but in your exam, while writing the DC characteristics of operation amplifier, you have to write the definition, you have to write the formula, you have to explain the, I mean, you have to write the ideal and practical values. But right, so here already we discussed. That's why here I am not repeat it again. So you have to write these five parameters definitions with ideal and practical values in the examinations, right? While explaining DC characteristics. So we know that the effect of input offset voltage and input offset current and input bias current, right? These parameters added some unexpected DC output voltage to the output. Due to these three parameters, some unexpected error voltage is added to the output voltage of operational amplifier. That unexpected voltage is nothing but that error voltage, which is available at which is uh, obtained at output voltage, output terminal, that is called output offset voltage. This is also discussed. What is output offset voltage? It is the voltage at the output terminal of op amp when the input terminals are grounded, which is also called offset voltage. Output offset voltage is also called offset voltage, right? So what are the parameters contribute this output offset voltage? Nothing but this input offset voltage, offset current, and bias current. These three parameters contribute this output offset voltage, right? These three parameters are acting at the input terminals of op amp, and due to these three parameters effect, we are getting the output offset voltage at the output of op amp, right? So that's why here what he explained is VIOS, IIOS, offset current, bias current, add error voltage to the expected output voltage. This parameter produces output offset voltage. So that error voltage produced by these three parameters at the output is nothing but output offset voltage. So output offset voltage is nothing but the DC voltage present at the output terminals when both the input terminals are grounded. That's what I discussed, right? When both the input terminals are grounded, generally the output voltage should be zero, but practically we are getting some error. That error is due to these three parameters: offset voltage, offset current, and bias current. So that error is also called output offset voltage, right? So you have to explain what is input offset voltage, input offset current, input bias current, and output offset voltage while explaining the DC characteristics of op amp. So here I am not discussed again this thing, right? So coming to thermal drift, this is also discussed. What is thermal drift? Thermal drift means this is the variations in these three parameter values: input offset voltage, input offset current, and bias current due to the factors like temperature and supply voltage. Temperature fluctuations ఉన్న ఈ త్రీ వాల్యూస్ చేంజ్ అవుతాయి. ఈ త్రీ వాల్యూస్ చేంజ్ అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, మనకి అవుట్పుట్ ఎర్రర్ వోల్టేజ్ కూడా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. దట్ మీన్స్ దిస్ ఎర్రర్ వోల్టేజ్ డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ these three parameters, and these three variations in these three parameters depends upon temperature and supply voltage variations or fluctuations, right? That means finally what we conclude? So the output of the operational amplifier, right? I mean the accuracy of in the output of operational amplifier depends upon these two factors, temperature and supply voltage. Right? Due to the variations in these two factors, they may impact. Right? They may get impact. IOS voltage, IOS current, and bias current. So whenever these three parameters are impacted, right, and there will be impact on your output voltage, expected output voltage, nothing but you are getting some error voltage, which is output offset voltage, right? So in these two factors, temperature and supply voltage fluctuations, effect of temperature on these parameters is most severe when compared to supply voltage changes. Okay, so these also already discussed in the yesterday's class. Effect on input offset voltage, right? The effect of change in temperature on the input offset voltage, the effect of change in temperature, that is delta T, on the input offset voltage is defined by the factor called thermal voltage drift. This one is thermal drift, right? So here the effect of thermal drift, that means change in temperature on the voltage, input offset voltage, that's why it is called thermal voltage drift. It is also called input offset voltage drift. It is also called, this thermal voltage drift is also called input offset voltage drift. It is also defined as the thermal voltage drift or input offset voltage drift is defined as average rate of change of input offset voltage per unit change in temperature. So per unit change in temperature in degree centigrade, how much how much rate of change in input offset voltage. So that it is mathematically expressed as delta VIOS by delta T, where delta VIOS means change in input offset voltage, delta T is change in temperature. So the units are microvolt per degree centigrade. We know that units of temperature, degree centigrade, and delta VIOS, it is represented as microvolts. తెలుసుగా ఇన్పుట్ ఆఫ్ సైడ్ వోల్టేజ్ మనకి ఎంతలో ఉంటుంది, మిల్లీవోల్ట్స్ లో ఉంటుంది, రైట్? సో ఆ మిల్లీవోల్ట్స్ ని మనం ఇక్కడ మైక్రోవోల్ట్స్ లో ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేస్తున్నాడు, అంటే యూ హావ్ టు కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటూ మైక్రోవోల్ట్స్, right? And one more thing, this drift is not constant and which is not uniform over specified temperature ranges. So over some ranges of temperature, the drift of this input offset voltage is not uniform, right? The value of input offset voltage may increase or decrease with temperature. So temperature vary అవుతుంటే input offset voltage sometimes increase అవ్వచ్చు, sometimes decrease అవ్వచ్చు. It is not constant. Okay, so if you, these are the some characteristics of 741 IC. So here in the x-axis we are taking the temperature, in the x-axis we taken the temperature, in y-axis we are taking the input offset voltage. So input offset voltage we are taking the scale -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and temperatures x-axis -55 degrees, -25 degrees, 0, 25, 50, 75, right? If you draw the plot, your plot is looks like a slope with either of polarity, the slope with either of polarity. If you observe, right, so this is 0 point, right, 0 volts input offset voltage, right? Idanta negative voltage, idanta painanta positive voltage. That's why its slope can be either of polarity, right? So plus 25 degrees అంటే nothing but room temperature. Room temperature దగ్గర input offset voltage ఎంత ఉందంటే, if you observe these lines, at room temperature input offset voltage is 0. Input offset voltage is 0 at room temperature. But if the temperature is rises, input offset voltage increases. If the temperature is decreases, input offset voltage is in negatives. That's why the value of VIOS may increases or decreases with temperature. Okay, this is not uniform, right? So this is input offset voltage drift or thermal voltage drift. Coming to next one, effect on our offset current and bias current. The same definitions, similar definitions, similar to VIOS, and IOS and IB are not constant, vary with the temperature. The effect of temperature on IOS, that means input offset current, is defined by a factor input offset current drift. ఇక్కడ ఏమన్నా input offset voltage drift అన్నా, right? Here also the effect of temperature on bias current is defined by a factor input bias current drift, like this, right? And the second definition, similar to input offset voltage drift, it is defined as average rate of change of input offset current per unit change in temperature, mathematically explained as delta IIOS by delta T. Similarly, bias current, rate of change of bias current per unit change in temperature, delta IIB by delta T. So if you observe the plot, input offset current drift similar to input offset voltage drift, right? It may be positive or negative, I mean increases or decreases, depends upon temperatures, right? And this is the bias current plot, right? So both currents, input bias current drift and input offset current drift, measured in nanoamps per second degree centigrade or picoamps per degree centigrade. So these parameters may vary with temperature. They may be positive or negative with respect to temperature, right? So generally మనకి ప్రాక్టికల్ గా ఇంతవరకు బయాస్ కరెంట్ అనేది టెంపరేచర్ వల్ల అంత ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతుంది అనేది ఇంతవరకు మనం ప్రాక్టికల్ గా చెప్పలేదు, ఎక్కడ మనకు ప్రూవ్ అవ్వలేదు, రైట్? సో దాంట్లోకి వెళ్తే ఇంకా ఫర్దర్ గా వెళ్ళిపోవాల్సి వస్తుంది. సో లైక్ దట్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ between, I mean, plot between IB and temperature and IOS and temperature, which is similar to VIOS and temperature, right? So these are the AC characteristics. Sorry, DC characteristics. So what are the DC characteristics? Main characteristics. You have to explain input offset voltage with definition and values, and you have to explain input offset current definition and values. You have to explain input bias current with definition and values. You have to explain output offset voltage, right? What are the parameters contribute output offset voltage? Next, what is thermal drift and what is the effect of thermal drift on input offset voltage, offset current and bias current? So these are the things what you have to explain under DC characteristics of operational amplifier, right? So coming to AC characteristics. What are the AC characteristics of operational amplifier? The important AC characteristics of operational amplifier only two. First one is slew rate, second one is frequency response. First one is slew rate, second one is frequency response. So but here I am going to explain only frequency response of operational amplifier only. Why? Because slew rate is already discussed, right? Slew rate and effect of slew rate equation. So while writing the while explaining this question, AC characteristics of operational amplifier, you have to explain slew rate. Exam lo meer compulsory explain cheyali, right? నేను ఆల్రెడీ డిస్కస్ చేశాక ఐఎమ్ డైరెక్ట్లీ మూవింగ్ టు ద ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ పార్ట్. ఓకే, సో కమింగ్ టు ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆపరేషనల్ యాంప్లిఫైర్, ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్, రైట్? మనకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు కంట్రోల్ సిస్టమ్స్ లో, నాకు తెలుసు కొంతమందికి తెలుసు, కొంతమందికి తెలియదు. ఐ మీన్ బాడీ ప్లాట్స్ గురించి డిస్కషన్ అయ్యింది కొంతమందికి ఒక సెక్షన్ కి, మిగిలిన సెక్షన్స్ కి ఐ మీన్ నాకు తెలిసి ఏ సెక్షన్ కి అవ్వలేదు లాస్ట్ టైం, రైట్? సో అయినా ఓపెన్ నథింగ్. ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ ఈడిసి నుంచి వస్తున్నారు. ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ ఆఫ్ కామన్ ఎమిటర్ యాంప్లిఫైర్, ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ ఆఫ్ మల్టీ స్టేజ్ యాంప్లిఫైర్, frequency response of feedback amplifiers, frequency response of voltage shunt, frequency response of current series, current shunt, right? So మనం చాలా చేసాం laboratories లో కూడా. So what is frequency response? What is the definition of frequency response? Anyone? వాట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్? బోడే ప్లాట్ చెప్పినప్పుడు డిస్కస్ చేశాను, మరి నేను ఎంతమంది గుర్తుందేమో నాకు తెలియదు. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్? ఎనీవన్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్? ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? హలో,
Measure of output spectrums.
Can you repeat?
Measure of output spectrum, sir.
Output spectrum. Spectrum means ఏమేమి ఉంటాయి?
Frequency versus gain, sir.
ఓన్లీ గెయిన్ వర్సెస్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అయినా ఇంకేం ఉండదా?
ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వర్సెస్ టైమ్.
ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వర్సెస్ టైమా? అరే దానికి దీనికి ఏముంటుంది రా గ్రాఫ్, రెండు ఇన్వర్సెస్ ప్రొపోర్షనల్ అయితే. ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వర్సెస్ టైం ప్లాట్ ని ఎక్కడా చూడలేదురా ఇంతవరకు. చెప్పండి. నాకు 10 minutes చాలు టాపిక్, మనకు హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ఉంది, హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ పైన. చెప్పండి. ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ చాలా సార్లు చేశారు, మనకి పెద్దానికి ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ అని పెట్టేవాళ్ళు లాబొరేటరీలో. ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ ఒకళ్ళు కొంచెం సగం చెప్పారు, గెయిన్ వర్సెస్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ సార్ అని. అదొక్కటే కాదు ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ అంటే. చెప్పండి. నేను ఆల్రెడీ మీకు హింట్ ఇచ్చాను ఈ టాపిక్ స్టార్టింగ్ లో. B1 మౌనిక. B1 మౌనిక అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి అమ్మా. B1 మౌనిక. Amplifier. So we know that ideally an op amp should have infinite bandwidth. So what is the bandwidth of op amp ideal value? Which is infinite, right? This means the gain of op amp must remain same for all frequencies from 0 to infinite. This means the gain of op amp must remain same for all frequencies from 0 to infinite. That's why it is called infinite gain. But coming to practicality, right? The gain of the op amp is constant up to some frequencies, but the gain decreases at high frequencies. Such a gain reduction with respect to frequency is called roll off. Such a gain reduction with respect to frequency is called roll off. So generally వాడు ఏం చెప్తున్నాడంటే, ఐడియల్ ఆప్ యాంప్ కి మీ రెస్పాన్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ log of f versus gain in dBs. Gain in dBs. Okay, gain in dBs. So ideal response ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే up to infinite the gain is constant. If it is 0 frequency and it is up to infinite frequency, the gain is constant. Nothing but what is the bandwidth? Higher frequency minus lower frequency. Nothing but infinite minus 0. Bandwidth is infinite. Nothing but the gain of the gain of the operation amplifier until which it is maintained constant. Until what frequency, right? So here, so ideally it is infinite, but coming to practical case, it is not infinite. The gain is constant up to some frequencies, and when the frequency increases and coming to the high frequencies, the gain is reduces like this and reaches to 0 dB. This 0 dB is called, already discussed, unity gain bandwidth. For 741 IC it is 1 megahertz. For 741 IC కి ఎంత ఉంటుందంటే అది, ఇది మనకి 1 megahertz. 741 IC ఆపరేషన్ యాంప్లిఫైర్ కి 1 megahertz, రైట్? సో ఇక్కడ మనం -3 dB లైన్ డ్రా చేస్తాం. ఇక్కడ మనం కట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ తీసుకుంటాం, విచ్ ఈజ్ f0. కట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఈజ్ f0. ఈ f0 దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుందంటే 1/2πRC రెసిస్టర్ అండ్ కెపాసిటర్ వాల్యూస్ మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది, రైట్? సో ఇది f0. సో ఇక్కడ ఈ f0 నుంచి గెయిన్ అనేది స్లోప్ అనేది తగ్గిపోతుంది. సో దీని ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ రోల్ ఆఫ్. హియర్ ద రోల్ ఆఫ్ రేట్ ఈస్ -20 dB per decade. -20 dB per decade. This is what he explained here. Ideally the gain is constant up to infinite, but practically the gain decreases at high frequencies. Such a gain reduction with respect to frequency is called roll off, right? This happens, this decrease of gain with when going to high frequencies happens. Why? Because the gain of operation amplifier depends upon the frequency. Hence, mathematically, your gain is expressed as a complex number. Its magnitude and phase angle varies with respect to frequency. Its magnitude and phase angle varies with respect to frequency, right? So the plot which is showing variations in the magnitude and phase angle of the gain due to changes in frequency is called frequency response of op amp. Not op amp, any device, any amplifier. What is frequency response means? It is the plot drawing between the variations. It is a plot drawing between the variations in magnitude and phase angle of the gain. Why? Because gain is expressed in complex number. So every complex number has magnitude and phase angle, right? So the plot showing the variations in the magnitude and phase angle of the gain due to changes in the frequency is called frequency response of operational amplifier, right? So in such plots, so in these plots, nothing but the magnitude and phase angle with respect to frequency. In such plots, to accommodate large range of frequencies, ante 1 megahertz, so megahertz lo తీసుకుంటున్నాం, right? To accommodate such large range of frequencies, it is plotted on logarithmic scale. అందుకే మనం logarithmic scale యూజ్ చేస్తాం x axis లో, right? అందుకే మనం సెమీలాగ్ గ్రాఫ్ షీట్ లో డ్రా చేస్తాం. It is plotted on logarithmic scale. The gain magnitude can be plotted as numerical value or may be expressed in dBs, decibels. So the gain magnitude అనేది decibels లో express చేస్తాం. So when the gain in dBs, phase angle in degrees, phase angle always in degrees, are plotted against logarithm scale of frequency. The plot is called Bode plot. So gain in dBs versus logarithmic frequencies, and phase angle in degrees versus logarithmic frequency. So such a plot is also called Bode plot, right? So here the manner in which the gain of operation amplifier changes with variations in the frequency is known as magnitude plot. So ఈ Bode plot లో మనకి two subplots ఉంటాయి frequency response లో. ఒకటి magnitude plot, ఒకటి phase plot. Magnitude plot means it is the plot between gain in dBs versus logarithmic frequency, logarithmic scale of frequency. Phase plot, it is the plot between variations in the phase with respect to logarithmic scale of frequency. That is called phase angle plot. So here what is he discussed is magnitude plot, right? Gain of operation amplifier changes with variations in the frequency. In the same manner, phase shift changes with respect to frequency. This is called phase angle plot. So here, why the dependence of gain of op amp on frequency? Induku dependence of gain on frequency vastundi? It is due to basically because of presence of capacitive component in the equivalent circuit of op amp. So capacitance telusu kada, right? So capacitive component anadi in the equivalent circuit of operation amplifier, due to presence of this capacitive component, we know that, right? Xc equal to 1 by omega c, reactance, right? 1 by omega c, 2 pi f c, right? So here the dependence of this operation amplifier on frequency ఎందుకు వస్తుందంటే because of presence of capacitive component in the internal stages of operational amplifier or equivalent circuit of op amp. సో మనం ఆల్రెడీ డిస్కస్ చేసాం ఇనిషియల్ క్లాసెస్ లో, ఐసీ ఫ్యాబ్రికేషన్ అప్పుడు కెపాసిటివ్ వాడము. మరి కెపాసిటివ్ కాంపోనెంట్, కెపాసిటివ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? వాడినప్పుడు కెపాసిటివ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? బికాస్ ఆఫ్ we know that in the internal stages we use BJT and FET in the differential amplifiers, right? Differential amplifiers lo sometimes we use BJT, sometimes we use FET, depends upon your requirement. Okay, so whenever you use BJT and FET, we are having junction capacitance. మనకు some capacitance ఉంటాయి తెలుసు కదా ఇంటర్నల్ గా, right? Diode capacitance, and junction capacitance, right? These are very small, right? So while using these two active components, BJT and FET, so the junction capacitance is present, which is very small. But not only BJT and FET, construction of the op amp also contribute presence of capacitance. Even though you are not using capacitance physically during the fabrication, but the way of construction of operational amplifier also contributes the presence of capacitance. How? Construction of operational amplifier, how it contributes capacitance presence? Nothing but ela ante, we know that all the resistors and transistors in the operation amplifier are fabricated on the material which is called substrate. Ante kada, ఒక సబ్స్ట్రేట్ మీద మనం గ్లాస్ అవ్వచ్చు, సిరామిక్ అవ్వచ్చు, సెమీ కండక్టర్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఆ సబ్స్ట్రేట్ మీద మనం ఈ రెసిస్టర్స్ అండ్ ట్రాన్సిస్టర్స్ ని ఫ్యాబ్రికేట్ చేస్తాం వైల్ మేకింగ్ ద operational amplifier IC. So that substrate is acts as insulator. So in substrate ki we are using some conducting wires in order to connect the various components. So oka IC lo number of components untai, lakhs of components untai, లేదా thousands of components untai. So whenever you are interconnecting those components, you have to use some metal connections, you have to use some conducting wires, right? So when you use the conducting wires, that connecting wires are metal connections, and between those connecting wires are metal connections, the substrate between those connections are metal wires, the substrate what you use while during the fabrication, that acts as insulator. Then that conducting wires acts as parallel plates and the substrate acts as insulator. Then it behaves like capacitance. Is it clear? Capacitance ఎలా వస్తుందో మీరు వాడకపోయినా, రైట్? సో మధ్యలో ఒక మీ సబ్స్ట్రేట్ తీసుకున్నారు, దాని మీద మీరు కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఫ్యాబ్రికేట్ చేస్తున్నారు. But you have to, while applying input and while taking the output between the components, you have to use metallic wires or metallic connections. That means at input and at output, the metallic wires or plates acts as parallel plates, and in between these parallel plates, that substrate acts as insulator, nothing but which is looks like a parallel plate capacitor. That's why we are, even though we are not used in capacitors physically during the fabrication, but internally there will be some capacitance effect, right? So due to that capacitance effect, the gain of operation amplifier depends upon the frequency because of presence of capacitive component, right? So for that we develop a circuit. In order to obtain the frequency response, we develop a circuit. We know that this is equivalent circuit of op amp, already discussed in the last classes. But additional to that, in the place of load resistance, we use capacitance. Why we use capacitance means, so all the internal capacitive effects are represented by this capacitor. We are representing all the internal capacitive effects. Internal stages ఉన్నాయి కదా మనకి, నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ స్టేజెస్ లో, ఆ స్టేజెస్ లో ఎక్కడైనా కెపాసిటెన్స్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఇలా, దట్ మీన్స్ చెప్పాను కదా కెపాసిటెన్స్ ఎఫెక్ట్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ యూజ్, ఇఫ్ యు even though you are not used physically, there will be some capacitance effect will be present due to that construction, right? So a capacitance effect అన్నిటిని నేను ఒక కెపాసిటర్ తీసుకొని we are representing using one capacitor at the output side. So in order to obtain the frequency response, consider frequency model of op amp. This is the frequency model of op amp, similar to equivalent circuit of op amp. Only one thing is you have to added additionally the capacitor at the output, right? Why it is added? In order to represent all the capacitive effects in the internal stage of op amp, right? So the frequency model of op amp with a capacitor C at the output taken into the account the capacitive effect present. సో ఈ ఇంటర్నల్ స్టేజెస్ లో ఉన్న కెపాసిటీ ఎఫెక్ట్ ని ఈ ఒక్క కెపాసిటెన్స్ యాడ్ చేసి మనం అవుట్పుట్ దగ్గర రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నాం, రైట్? సో వైల్ డూయింగ్ ద మ్యాథమెటికల్ అనాలిసిస్, సో we know that what is the capacitive reactance? Minus J into Xc. The reactance of this capacitor is minus J into Xc. So if you measure output voltage across this capacitor, right, with respect to ground, so maku telusu output with respect to ground. Output with respect to ground means, so V0 with respect to ground means the voltage across the capacitor is nothing but your V0. The voltage across the capacitor is nothing but V0. So for that we applied voltage divider rule. So this capacitance has reactance minus JXC and you are having R0. So by applying voltage divider rule, it acts output is represented mathematically as minus JXC by opposite resistance by total resistance, right? Minus JXC by R0 minus JXC into the input voltage, that is for this part, output side part, the input supply is this one, this source AOL into VD. So what is V0 means? Minus JXC, reactance of capacitance, by R0 minus JXC by R0 minus JXC into AOL into VD. So this is represented like this: V0 equal to minus JXC into open loop gain into VD by R0 minus JXC, right? So here minus J ante manam 1 by J kinda represent chesukovachu, telusu kada. Minus J is nothing but 1 by J. What is Xc? 1 by 2 pi Fc. Capacitive reactance Xc nothing but 1 by 2 pi Fc. So I am substitute these two things in this formula. So minus J means 1 by J, right? What is Xc? 1 by 2 pi Fc. So which is becomes 1 by J 2 pi Fc, right? And R0 again minus JXC ante enti 1 by J 2 pi Fc. So R0 plus 1 by J 2 pi Fc into open loop gain into VD, into open loop gain into VD, this term, right? Take the LCM this term and cancel these two denominators. Finally we get the expression V0 equal to open loop gain into VD by 1 plus J into 2 pi Fc R0. 2 pi Fc R0 after taking the LCM and after simplification you are getting this output. But we know that what is gain? V0 by VD. V0 by VD. Why V0 by VD gain? Here input is VD, output is V0. So what is the closed loop gain? V0 by VD. So open loop gain V0 by VD. This is not closed loop, there is no feedback. So open loop gain is V0 by VD. So the V0 by VD as a function of frequency, open loop gain as a function of frequency is V0 by VD. So if you write it as V0 by VD, you are getting open loop gain by 1 plus J into 2 pi F R0 by C. So here I am considering let F0 equal to 1 by 2 pi F, let F0 equal to 1 by 2 pi R0 C. Let F0 equal to 1 by 2 pi R0 C. So it becomes open loop gain as a function of frequency equal to open loop gain by 1 plus J into this F by 1 by 2 pi R0 C, which is F0, right? So F by F0. So this is what we get, what we are getting from this equation, right? From the output and input and from the gain. So where open loop gain of F nothing but open loop gain is the function of frequency and ardham. Open loop gain, right? Here gain of op amp at 0 hertz. 0 hertz ante DC. 0 hertz ante frequency 0 ante DC, right? This is open loop gain of op amp at DC, 0 hertz. This is function of frequency, right? F is operating frequency. F ante operating frequency. మీరు ఇస్తారు చూసారా, ఫంక్షన్ జనరేటర్ నుంచి ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వేరీ చేస్తుంటారు చూసారా, 100, 300, 500, 700, 1K, 3K, 5K అలా, అది F operating frequency. F0 is cutoff frequency or break frequency. చెప్పా కదా ఇంకా గ్రాఫ్ లో, F0 is cutoff frequency or this one is F0, cutoff frequency or break frequency. కానీ F0 దేని మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది? ఈ అవుట్పుట్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ R0 మీద డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది and value of the capacitance C మీద depend అవుతుంది, right? So finally gain in terms of frequency is AOL by 1 plus J into F by F naught. If you write it in polar form, that is magnitude and phase, if you calculate the magnitude, this is the magnitude, open loop gain by, this is complex number, so square root of 1 plus F by F naught whole square. Coming to phase, if you calculate phase, right, numerator we are having the constant, so what is the phase? 0. What is the phase? 0. Coming to denominator, what is the phase? What is the phase? Tan inverse F by F naught, tan inverse F by F naught, ante kada. Tan inverse B by A, ఇది B, ఇది A, 1 is A, right? Tan inverse B by A. So what is the equivalent phase? So ఇది pi 1 and this is pi 2. So what is the equivalent phase? Pi 1, angle of pi 1 minus angle of pi 2. So what is the numerator phase? 0 degrees. What is the denominator? Tan inverse F by F naught, F by F naught. So finally what is the phase? Resultant phase minus tan inverse F by F naught, right? So suppose if F equal to 0, F equal to 0, that means DC, frequency is 0. What is the gain? The magnitude is open loop gain only. This one equal to open loop. F0 అయితే ఏమవుతుంది? Denominator square root of 1 అవుతుంది, అంటే 1 కదా. So what about phase when F equal to 0? Tan inverse of 0 by F naught, so 0, right? So for a 741 IC, cutoff frequency అనేది 5 Hz ఉంటుంది, typical value, and open loop gain is 2 lakhs. For 741 IC, cutoff frequency 5 Hz తీసుకుంటున్నాం, open loop gain is 2 lakhs మనకు తెలుసు. సో మనం గెయిన్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ మనం ఇది జనరల్ ప్లాట్, నేను ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ 0 తీసుకున్నాను, 5, 10 Hz, 100, 1000, 100K, 1 MHz తీసుకున్నాను. సో ఇక్కడ నాకు ఓపెన్ లూప్ గెయిన్ తెలుసు ఎంత, ఇది మనకి మ్యాగ్నిట్యూడ్, ఇది కదా మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి మ్యాగ్నిట్యూడ్. దీన్ని dBs లో రాశాను, 20 log in dBs. సో ఓపెన్ లూప్ గెయిన్ తెలుసు ఎంత, ఇది 741 కి 2 lakhs. F naught తెలుసు ఎంత, 5 Hz. F అనేది ఎలా, ఇది F. So substituting these values using calculator, we are getting different gains. Similarly frequency phase minus tan inverse F by F naught. F naught తెలుసు ఎంత, 5 Hz. F already మనం ఇచ్చే ఇన్పుట్, right? ఇవి phase angles. So after drawing the plot, Bode plot, it looks like phase frequency versus gain. This is magnitude plot, frequency versus phase angle, which is phase angle plot, right? So as the frequency increases till F naught, so this is F naught, dotted line, vertical dotted line, this is F naught. Till F naught, gain is almost constant, right? Gain is almost constant, but the gain is reduces after F naught, and that means this entire part, right? Gain is reduces with the slope of minus 20 dB per decay, minus 20 dB per decay, and the maximum possible phase shift is minus 90, right? So ఇక్కడ చూడండి, మీరు ఇక్కడ ఈ వాల్యూస్ చూస్తే phase angle, so maximum possible phase shift is minus 90. సో మీరు ఇక్కడ చూడండి 100K కి 89.99 వచ్చింది, 1 మెగా తీసుకున్నా మీకు 89.99 అక్కడక్కడే ఉంటుంది కానీ 90 క్రాస్ అవ్వట్లేదు. సో అందుకే the maximum possible phase shift is minus 90. So from this plot, what you have to observe, observations is, first one, open loop gain is almost constant from 0 Hz to F naught, ante kada. This is gain in dB. So 0 to this vertical line, which is F naught, break frequency, right? Gain is constant, right? Second one, at F equal to F naught, the gain is 3 dB down from its value at 0 Hz. Hence the frequency is called minus 3 dB frequency. It is also called corner frequency, cutoff frequency, break frequency. So ఇక్కడ ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గరకు వచ్చేసరికి F naught దగ్గరకు వచ్చేసరికి గెయిన్ ఏమవుతుంది, సడన్ గా minus 3 dB డౌన్ అవుతుంది. ఈ కాన్స్టెంట్ మ్యాగ్నిట్యూడ్ నుంచి minus 3 dB డౌన్ అవుతుంది ఎక్కడ, F ఈక్వల్ టు F naught. అందుకే ఈ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీని బ్రేక్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, కార్నర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, కట్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, minus 3 dB ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అంటాం. ఆఫ్టర్ F ఈక్వల్ టు F naught, the gain function of F decreases with the slope minus 20 dB per decade, అంతే కదా. ఆ తర్వాత ఏంటి, స్లోప్ ఎలా అవుతుంది, minus 20 dB per decade డిక్రీజ్ అవుతూ ఉంది. డికేడ్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఎవ్రీ 10 times ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ చేంజ్ ఇన్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ గెయిన్ ఎంత డ్రాప్ అవుతుంది, 20 dB డ్రాప్ అవుతుంది, అందుకే 20 dB per decade అంటాం, right? At certain frequency the gain is reaches to 0 dB. This means 20 log gain is 0 dB. 0 dB కదా reduce అవుతుంది ఒక some frequency దగ్గర. So that means 20 log gain is 0 dB. So దీని gain నుంచి మామూలు వాల్యూ కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తే this 1 gain is 1. So gain 1 ఇక్కడ 0 dB రీచ్ అవుతుంది, gain 1. సో ఈ దీన్ని ఏమంటున్నాం మనం డిస్కస్ చేసాం ఆల్రెడీ, ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యూనిటీ గెయిన్ బ్యాండ్విడ్త్, రైట్? ద ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ at which gain is equal to 1, that is called unity gain bandwidth. So this is called unit gain bandwidth, which is expressed as open loop gain into frequency. Open loop gain which is 1 into frequency, cutoff frequency f naught, right? So 741 IC ki idanta 1 megahertz. 741 IC ki this unity gain bandwidth is called 1 megahertz, right? So దీన్నే గెయిన్ క్రాస్ ఓవర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ కూడా అంటాం. ద ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఎట్ విచ్ ద గెయిన్ ఆఫ్ యాంప్లిఫైర్ ఈజ్ 0 dB, which is called gain crossover frequency, or it is also called unity gain bandwidth. So this is the AC characteristics of operation amplifier. You have to explain slew rate, you have to explain frequency response, right? So is it clear, all of you?